there is a scene where Amrish Puri is trying to remove the spirit from Padmini Kolhapure, right? He's doing an
Okay.
exorcism. In
Yeah.
the midst of that, the electricity blew at Whistling Wood. Okay,
Oh.
it was crazy. When it comes to horror, it is the only genre that transcends worldwide. It's universal in its language, and that's the beauty of it. And
Welcome to my cinema story.
thank
So
you for having
just
me. It's my pleasure.
I wanted to say that years ago, I remember being genuinely fascinated by the stylish looks of John Abraham and MS Dhoni. And I actually went and searched who was behind them. And that's how I first
Oh,
discovered you. So,
oh, well, yeah.
so I just wanted to ask
That was a long time ago.
long time ago, yeah.
Yeah,
During the long
yeah.
hair days, I guess, Dhoni and John.
No, no, no. I mean, I've been with them for a long time, but I quit cutting hair in 2020, end 2020. Now I've just
Okay.
restarted again after, like, I took a little break of 5 years.
Okay. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask, did storytelling always existed somewhere in you back then, or did cinema enter your life much later?
No, no, no. I think it's always been in me. Actually, my dad used to started Bombay's first cabaret bar called the Blue Nile.
Oh,
He used to manage it, and there used to be a lot of amazing film stars that used to hang out there. In fact, Usha Uttab's first concert in Bombay was at
mm-hmm.
the Blue Nile. And I have a
Great.
photo of me at my, first birthday wearing a white maxi, watching the cabaret. Because it used to be a family thing back then. So
Yes.
I feel I've always kind of been around cinema from the very beginning. After that, my dad started Wong's, which is a Chinese restaurant in Juhu, iconic. Once again,
Mhm.
always surrounded by the most amazing people and the most amazing stories. So I think I've been very fortunate to be around so many stories since birth, really.
Mhm.
It was only natural that it would kind of go in this direction. I started by writing. Used to write a lot. Even when I moved back to India, I started writing a column actually while I was cutting hair, which got very successful. And then I started directing music videos while I was cutting hair. So
Okay.
it's not something that just happened overnight. It's something that always kind of inspired me. And it was actually Dhoni. I told him I wanted to make a Matter What music video, and I wanted to shoot it in film. And I needed 3 lakhs for it. And he told me, "You are going to shoot in film a music video in 3 lakhs." I'm like, "Yeah, it's going to happen in Mehboob Studio." I mean, and he was like, "Oh my God, then these production houses are charging us ridiculous amounts of money when you can do it in 3 lakhs." And sure enough, I did shoot it for under 3 lakhs. It was 2 lakhs 90 some whatever, whatever, which
Great.
he gave me the money for, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how it kind of all started. He helped me kind of do that. After that, I was dating a musician. So I started directing his music videos. Then I directed Rekha Ji's music video, Bharadwaj, Kailash
Okay.
Kher. So the journey actually started with music, and I'm always very inspired by music and sound. So my films are very heavily influenced by that.
And I guess your first film is Sindhustan, right? The
My
first
first
documentary.
feature is Sindhustan.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah,
happened
it
to
is.
watch a bit of Sindhustan, and it feels deeply personal, almost like reclaiming memory and identity through cinema. So,
Yeah.
when you make something that close to your own history, does it feel heavier or more liberating?
I think none of the above. I think I went in there not knowing anything. So it's actually great because sometimes, in my opinion, when you know too much, you are burdened by it and you try to accomplish too much because you think you know so much that everything has to be shown. मतलब एक घंटे में सब कुछ डाल दो, you know.
Hmm.
The beauty of not knowing, I think, was the beauty of creating Sindhustan. And if you say meta, then I think it doesn't get any meta than carrying the stories on your own legs, which you're going to carry till you die, you know. So it's quite wonderful that way. In the middle, I made another feature. It's called My Dog is Sick, that
Okay.
has Rajshri Deshpande and Anshuman Jha.
Oh wow.
I made that in COVID. Yeah. I feel that was my complete artistic masturbation, if you will. 1 hour of great visuals and zero dialogue. It was great. It's a great, yeah. But I've kept it very underground and cult status. I don't want to like make it very public. It went to a few festivals. It had a good run, and I'm okay with just that. I don't know feel the need that I have to put it out for people to watch.
Okay. I have seen the Landfills of Desire yesterday
Yeah,
itself. So it uses
yeah,
horror in a very quiet, almost like a meditative way. So you're not chasing
yeah,
jump scares. It feels more like psychological or symbolic. So what does
yeah,
horror
yeah.
allow you to express that realism doesn't?
Horror allows you to express every single emotion you can think of, actually, unlike any other genre in cinema. It is also the only genre that transcends worldwide. Even if you don't speak the language, even if you don't have the same ghosts in your country, but you understand the spirits. Unlike comedy, the timing is different in different countries.
Yeah.
It doesn't transcend worldwide. The same can be said of drama. But when it comes to horror, it is the only genre that transcends worldwide. It's universal in its language, and that's the beauty of it. And I feel you could be loud, you could be quiet, you could be anything you want to be. You could be any character. You could make up a creature. You could make up a monster. You could make up anything you can think of, and as symbolism of what's going on in your life. And that is the beauty of horror, you know. And you can kind of tell a story of activism. You could tell a story of realism. You could tell a
Yeah.
story of fiction. You could tell a story of anything you want, but you put a lot of great SFX, prosthetics, blood, and it just becomes so interesting.
So this is how the idea of the Wench Film Festival occurred. Like what was the
No, no. It didn't occur like this, actually. It occurred because I wrote this story for Bifan. I don't know if you're aware. Bifan is in Korea, and it is the largest genre festival in Asia. And they
Hmm.
also have the biggest market in Asia. And it was COVID. I was bored. I was looking for a story. So I wrote this little story and they were open for submission and I sent it across. I was selected. I did not know I was the first Indian woman ever at the market. It's called NAF. Um, and I was amazed because I know a lot of Indian men like Vishal and stuff that have been there. I didn't know no Indian woman had ever been there. So the people, like in 3 days, I had a request of some 60 some interviews because they were like, what is this fucking story that you've written? And who the fuck are you? And where are the Indian fucking women? And where are the Indian fucking stories? And wow. And do you have a script? And I was like, no, because it said I just had to show a 3-page story. And they were like, well, that's some J that you have a script ready when you come to these markets. But I was not
Hmm.
ready with the script. Um, so I was so taken aback by the feedback and how interested people were in my story. Wench, I had already started a year ago, but it was all genres at that point. The first year online was all genres. When I realized that India is nowhere, absolutely nowhere on the worldwide genre platform, which is the largest largest platform in the world, I decided to take Wench the genre route. I said, this is ridiculous that I'm the first Indian woman at Be Fun. It's ridiculous. Um, since then, I have been building it and it's been really great. Like we started in 21, 22 was the first genre edition, but the festival now, has been going on since 21. So we are very, very excited that it's grown in the true indie sense that it's grown um, because we have no funding. In India,
Mm.
if they don't understand it, there's no blueprint for horror here, right? We're building
Right.
it.
Right.
So people are afraid to kind of, ये है क्या मालूम भूत प्रेत कहाँ से आएंगे, our logo, what's going to happen, right? So it's actually good only because we've remained indie in that sensibility, where I want to be anyway. Our focus is on filmmakers, not on red carpets. Our focus is on stories, not some randos who are just going to come for a shot, a press shot at the carpet. It's not necessary. And that's the beauty of horror, that you don't really need a star. The minute you put a star in a horror film, you're just going to kill it. It's the end of it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really, really beautiful the way that genre kind of works, actually.
And about the festival, what does it actually take, emotionally and practically to build something so
Everything.
niche?
Everything. I have given it, you have no idea. You can say blood, sweat, and tears, but that's actually nothing. But the good part is the spirits are with me. It's the only way a festival could go on, and just grow bigger and bigger and bigger without any financial support. But the support of great cinema worldwide, we have tremendous support. We have the support of the biggest genre festivals. We have the support of a lovely federation. It's been, amazing. We have great programmers who put in everything to watch our submissions and curate the best of the best. So I'm very, very, very blessed, to be honest, that this is happening. And I'm just, in some way, giving horror its due in
Yeah.
through a festival. Through a festival. Because indie filmmakers, without festivals, we have no avenue to showcase our films.
Right.
No avenue. No one is going to, no big festival is going to showcase our film. No OTT platform is going to buy our film. How do you reach out to your community? That is where a festival comes in. That's why they are so important in general.
True.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, this is very interesting. I attend a lot of film festivals, but Wench is something different. Something, I know a lot of people who love horror and who like to
yeah.
watch different kind of horror. So this is like a space for them to explore new stories, different kind of stories.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're very, very loyal to our audience. We don't try to mix it. We're not for
Yeah.
everyone. We don't want everyone. Please don't come if you don't like genre.
Sure.
We are not for the lighthearted. We are, we also have a monthly screening club. So it's not something that we just happen once a year. We've been running
Okay.
it for almost 2 years at Alliance Francaise. And it's full house almost every month. Full house. We attract people, not just the young people. There are people who are in their 70s that are coming to watch genre cinema at Alliance Francaise. And that has told me a lot because last year we were in Andheri, and I feel that's not our audience because they're very cliche kind of audiences that come in Andheri. They don't even really care about the cinema. A lot of them just want to be found, and they think someone will see them, and they will meet somebody big,
Yeah.
and their career will be
So
made. And it's
networking.
not about the cinema. Yeah, it's not about cinema at all. But being in Alliance Francaise, like I told you, for over a year and a half, and seeing the audiences come every month and build it and get bigger, and all ages, has told us that, wow, this is really amazing that there is a great community here that we're building.
Great. So when you curate for the festival, what are you looking for? Is it craft,
I
fear?
don't curate. No, no, no. I don't because I'm a filmmaker myself.
Hmm.
Even though my film is in the festival, I submit it like any
Yes,
other
yes.
filmmaker. We have two programmers, um, Sheila Rowan Legg from Canada and Heidi Honeycutt, who is from the US but now lives in Spain. They are the ones who go through all our films and decide what goes where. I only help them with India and around
Hmm.
us, Southeast Asia, because sometimes films are not submitted. And if I feel there are some films around here that really should be part of the festival, I reach out to them and I tell them to submit. In fact, I give them, discounts and waivers, and then they watch it. But I don't decide what should be there or not. I have made that very clear.
Hmm.
I'm a filmmaker myself, so it's kind of not fair. And
Right.
if my film is in it, it's the only film that's not in competition. So my film
Hmm.
is not in competition. Yeah.
And I guess most of the filmmakers are female who are submitting, or I guess
Yeah.
like all the
But
filmmakers.
Wench is actually made for female filmmakers.
Yeah, but
We
I read a
support.
post because I think 55 films were submitted and 30 something were females. So I thought
No, no, no.
now
So,
you're accepting.
no, no. No, no, no. We do accept. We have a man section. Actually,
Okay.
in Film Freeway, if you have to submit, if you're a man, you have to submit in the man section. Otherwise, the
Okay.
normal sections are for women. We decided that every festival does us that favor and has a separate female section to make us feel great, or the best female director award. For what? So we thought, okay, let's have a man section. But even in the man section, your protagonist has to be a woman,
Oh.
or there has to be a woman in key roles of your team, like a producer or a writer or a
Hmm.
cinematographer. So even if you're a man, there still has to be women representation, you know?
Okay.
So when we say 33 films directed by women, but the other films also have women as a central character or in key
Hmm.
roles.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Do you feel horror changes when it's told from a female or non-male gaze? Does it look different?
Horror looks different told from any gaze, to be honest, because we are different. So that will definitely change whether you're a donkey telling a story or a dog telling a story or an ant telling a story. The gaze is only different, right? So it is going to be different. So male, female, trans, whoever, whatever your gender may be, your experience that you bring to the table is different, so the
Hmm.
gaze will be different.
And what are three horror films you would like everyone to watch? Like your favorite recommendations?
From the festival?
No, in
From the
general.
festival? Oh, in general,
In
yeah, because
general,
in the
yeah.
festival, I can't pick favorites
Yeah,
as a
no, in
festival
general,
director.
which we could watch, our audience could watch.
Okay, so mine are not knee-jerk horror films, but I will tell you, when I was growing up, Carrie really influenced my life. I really thought when I got my period first, I would burn down my school like she did. Nothing like that happened. I was very sad. But Carrie really, really uh, was a wonderful film for me. Santa Sangre is a really, really great film that really has influenced my current feature that I have just finished writing, the one that was in the market.
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
finally finished writing the
finally.
first draft 5 years later. Okay. That's how long it should take to write something. There is no
Yes,
rush. Yeah,
right.
take your time. Yeah. So Santa Sangre, I think, would be a really, really great film for anyone to watch. It is on YouTube. Watch it. It's
Sure.
directed by Jodorowsky. Um, and then these are very difficult ones, but I would say maybe the original Suspiria. I really, really loved everything about that film. I loved the set design, the sound design, the story, everything. So, yeah, those would be three if you ask me.
Okay. And any Indian horror film which you
Um,
liked?
I actually, in 22, when we had our first, it was COVID, but we had a small little screening at Whistling.
Hmm.
We started our festival with Aruna Rajay Patil's film Gerai.
Okay.
It's also Padmini Kolhapuri's first film, and it has Amrish Puri in it. And it was at Whistling. We were doing the screening, and there is a scene where Amrish Puri is trying to remove the spirit from Padmini Kolhapuri, right? He's doing an
Okay.
exorcism. In
Yeah.
the midst of that, the electricity blew at Whistling. Okay,
Oh.
it was crazy. um, we all went out and they were like, this has never happened before. Uh, Everyone was shocked because they have a generator system. I mean, they're Whistling
Yeah,
Woods. It's
of course.
not like you're going to be without electricity. We were without electricity for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Aruna was there. Priyanka Chopra's mom was there. Like a few people. Everyone shocked, but it was great because the spirits were with us. And that's what matters. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. There are a lot of some such incidents happen while watching horror films, I guess. I've heard stories from a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, but they are around us. I mean, I grew up with my nanny calling the spirits all the time. I'm not really afraid of them, so I think that's why it would be only natural that I would start a horror film festival.
Okay, so from hairstylist to documentary filmmaker to running a festival. So what's next? What are your plans next?
Jesus, who knows? Who knows? I don't decide so much in advance. I think
So go with the flow.
that's the best thing that I've learned, one day at a time. Yeah. So at the moment, all of these things are very important and they're really kind of wonderful. And I'm very proud of each and every one of them. So, so far, so good. Yeah.
Great. So coming to our last question. So since our page is called My Cinema Story, I asked this question to everyone. Like, what is your cinema story? What's your first memory about films or cinema which made you fall in love with them in
Oh
general?
my God. In general, I think my strongest memory, and I was just saying this yesterday, it was the first time we got a VCR, and my dad played my first blood, Rambo, and it was Sylvester Stallone, and it starts off with he's stitching himself,
Yeah.
and my dad was just like, "Oh my God, look at his rippling muscles." And I'll never forget he said that. That was such a great male admiration
Mm.
for another man. And for us as kids, like just watching that was like, yes. I mean, it was, yes. So that was our first VCR. Obviously, before that, we had seen a lot of films. Sound of Music, I think I've seen over 100 sometimes. Like I told you, my upbringing was in cabaret bars and Chinese
Yeah.
restaurants. So our cinema was also not just Indian, it was mixed with a lot of Western as well. So, but I think Rambo would be my most vivid memory because of my dad.
That's a really nice story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's it from our side.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Nice
Thank you.
talking to you.